bunch of stuff, and you know I can't wait because I'm going straight from here to the food.
Hey, man. Man, can you hurry the hell up with all this monologuing that you're doing? I'm trying to eat this doggone food. Here, hold this, man. I'm about to get into this pie right here. You see what I'm saying? We getting into this show, all right? I'm taking over. First thing, we coming.
No shame. No shame.
What a shame. This game is going to be, when you go back and analyze.
I can see the rage in your eyes.
We're turning our attention towards Dallas.
You need to win this to establish what you're about for a season.
We know we're a good team, but sometimes you have to know that it's the work that gets the win. We got to get over the hump, simple as that.
The bottom line is we get graded. I'm in business. I don't have to win the Super Bowl in business every year. I can come in sixth and have a hell of a year. But in this business, you've got to come in first. You've got to come in first. And so fundamentally, you've asked for something that's a very narrow window to begin with. I want Jason to get it done.
Big Jerry laying down the line. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thank you so much for spending part of your holiday with us. Casual, Stephen A.
Yeah.
I like it.
But let me explain.
Like beyond casual.
Let me explain.
The vest is fresh.
I didn't get the memo.
No doubt. Here's the deal.
Okay.
Well, you don't need the memo.
Thank
Here's
you.
the deal, okay? You got to understand what it's a plan of all of this.
Really?
Okay, so I got the vest. The vest is pretty damn
Yeah.
fly. I know this. But here's the deal
Very
that I want y'all
fall.
to understand. The jeans are old and baggy. Why?
You got your bows on from back in the day?
Because when you're eating, you're probably going to spill something.
Yeah.
Where you going to spill it?
Yeah.
Got it.
That's why.
Got
And
it.
by the way, it's not like I'm going here to someplace to change. I'm going straight to Carmen. My sister
Hold up,
Carmen.
hold up.
I'm straight.
You got the light top on. That's gravy stains.
No, not at all, Max. Not at all. You're not going to spill it. You're going to have something to cover you. It's going to fall
you're
in the
gonna
jeans.
tuck in the napkin?
Carmen in the kitchen right now. She told me my lasagna will be ready by about 12:30. Okay, and my turkey
How much
wings.
of that tray do you eat?
And my
Are you about half the tray?
Oh,
Of the lasagna, the tray of the
I would
lasagna.
say about half that between that and my turkey wings, because I love my turkey wings, my candy yams, the mac and cheese that you just walked off and get up with. All of that stuff is set up, and the family knows. Don't touch the plate. There's a plate already set aside, Mac.
Who
By the time I
likes
ride there,
turkey
plate already set
wings?
aside. It's already set aside.
Everybody
It's
likes
already set aside. Carmen got me covered.
your
the turkey
family's
thighs or the legs, not the wings.
Your family's from the islands and everything,
right.
but your sister's name
Yeah,
is
man.
Carmen, and she makes lasagna.
No.
People assume you're Italian.
Lasagna is added to the
I see.
turkey
I see.
and the stuffing
instead of.
and the yam.
Yeah.
Not instead
Royal
of.
Highness.
It's on top of that.
Yeah.
You understand?
I do.
Hi,
And they know
Damien.
most of it is
Hi,
for me.
Marley. How you
Thanksgiving.
doing?
Thank you
They
for
know
being
most
with
of it
us.
is for me.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
No doubt.
And
No doubt.
happy Thanksgiving
Let's go.
to my
Let's
family
hurry
in
up.
New York,
We're
Detroit,
happy to be here.
Connecticut, everywhere.
We're happy to be
Yes.
here, but we're going to hurry up with the show. We got food to go get.
Okay.
Lasagna's not a
get
bad
it on.
idea.
All
Let's
right,
go it on.
the Cowboys have been
saying.
in the news for all the wrong reasons. You just heard Jerry Jones. He's pointing that bullseye directly at Jason Garrett for his squad not living up to their potential. They're 6-5, but they have the chance to get back on track today when the high-flying 8-3 Bills head to town. This will be one of the toughest tests for Bills Mafia. They have the weakest schedule in the NFL. Mr. Smith, I am looking at you.
Yeah.
Is this a must-win for your Dallas Cowboys?
Oh, hell yeah, it is. Absolutely, without question. Because let me tell you something right now. The Eagles have an incredibly easy schedule the rest of the way. The Giants, Miami, the Redskins, people like that. When you look at the Dallas Cowboys and the schedule that they've got coming up, and you look at the heat that's been brought to bear by Jason Garrett, you got to remember something right here. I'm not going to say they disrespect him or they have no regard for Jason Garrett, but it's not like he's considered the second coming of Bill Parcells or anything like that. They know what he is, but he's also very, very likable. And so as a result, if you can win and you can win with a coach like that, your life is considered easier. Jerry Jones has put the gauntlet down. There are a lot of people, including Marcus Spears, who was on the show yesterday, who believe wholeheartedly. First of all, I believe Jerry Jones should have fired Garrett this week going into Thanksgiving. But I understand that's his adopted son. He don't want to do such a thing. But I'm telling you right now, you got a whole bunch of people in Cowboy world who believe firmly if Jason Garrett loses today's game, he will be fired. And so when you look at it from that perspective, All of that stuff coming together, you got to win this game. Now, the Buffalo Bills, this is number 3 ranked defense in the National Football League. Their defense is filled with monsters. They can ball, and they're coming. Now, offensively, they're challenged because of their passing attack, because of the youth of Josh Allen, even though you got Frank Gore running the football, and we all respect the hell out of him and believe him to be a future Hall of Famer. But he's only averaging about 3.9 yards a catch. I should say only. It's respectable, even though there are guys that are doing better. But they got a decent running attack, like top 5 in the NFL. You got to be able to pass the ball. We're going to see what you're going to do against the Dallas Cowboys. But make no mistake, because of how compromised Buffalo is perceived as being offensively, along with the expectations that Jimmy Johnson has for this team, with everything that he has said, it is clear this is a must-win situation for the Dallas Cowboys, unless you want Jason Garrett fired. If you want him to stay, this would qualify as a must-win.
I mean, that's the point. For you, this should be a must-lose. Right? If you want Garrett gone, then this is a must-lose game.
Who said I wanted him gone?
Well, if you think it'd be good for the Cowboys.
Let's not get
This is getting complicated. If you think it would be good for the Cowboys to get rid of Jason Garrett, then it's a must-lose game. Why give them false hope? Because I'm under no illusion. I'm not deluded like Cowboys fans in thinking they're going to win the Super Bowl with Jason Garrett as a coach. But really, I think that's the only thing holding them back. This is not a must-win game. This is what I said about the Eagles the other day. It's not must-win. I looked at the Eagles' schedule. It was soft-headed. And what did we both agree on back then? It's going to come back to that down to that Eagles-Cowboys game. That's going to be the must-win game for both teams. Because the Eagles, even though they have a very soft schedule, could easily be upset along the way. Mm-hmm. And the Cowboys, even though they have a tougher schedule, it's not like you look at the Rams this year and go, oh, my God, that's an unwinnable game. They have games they can win, including when they end up at Washington at the end of the season. This is not a must-win game for the Cowboys. It's if you think that to keep false hope alive that they can somehow make a playoff run type win for the Cowboys, they're a game up on the Eagles. They will play each other. The Cowboys are fundamentally a better team than the Eagles. Look at their point differential. Cowboys have one of the best point differentials in the NFC, and I know that partly has to do with their schedule. Yes,
it's a must get going for Ezekiel Elliott. I know that much. He's averaging 59 rush yards over the last 3 games if they plan to do anything.
I think this is a must-win game for the Cowboys. And I know the schedule favors the Philadelphia Eagles down the stretch, but when I think of the Dallas Cowboys, they're 0-4 against winning teams. Mm-hmm. You come out here and you lose a game at home on national television to the Buffalo Bills, who nobody's slighting the Bills. The Bills are 8-3. They're a good football team. Do you know what that does to your psyche as a football team? Because they hear all these guys, they hear all the chatter. As much as guys talk about, well, we're trying to tune out the noise and all that, they hear everything. Guys and a lot of people in these organizations, they hear everything we're saying. You go out on national television, lose to the Bills, go 0-5 as far as winning teams are concerned. Boy, you talking about the heat it's really turned up for the Dallas Cowboys. They need to win this game. I mean, this is a winnable game for the Dallas Cowboys at home against a Bills team. Although they're 8-3, Dallas should win this game, in my opinion.
Well, listen, if you look at what Molly said and talked about Ezekiel Elliott, you're talking about a guy that's still averaging over 4 yards a carry on the season. The last 3 games, he had 139 yards rushing against the Giants. Then against Minnesota, he's had 47 yards rushing, then 45 yards against Detroit, until he went up to 86 yards against New England, averaging better than 4 yards a carry. I can make a legitimate argument that the Dallas Cowboys, with the number 1 passing attack in the NFL, by the way, statistically, when you look at them, why are you not getting Ezekiel Elliott the ball? I thought last week against New England it was inexcusable because not only was he running the ball effectively, but the inclement weather mandated that you run the football more than you throw it. And then when you take that and you couple that with Stephon Gilmore, putting Amari Cooper under lock and key, right? So your number 1 receiving option, you only targeted him twice. You should have targeted him more. But if you're not going to target him more, let the excuse be because we were running it down their throats using Ezekiel Elliott, the $90 million man, to do it.
Especially on a short week, defense is going to be tired.
To not give Ezekiel Elliott the ball while not targeting Amari Cooper, that might be the biggest reason that Jerry Jones is going off. Wait a minute. I paid this man. I paid my offensive linemen. I'm in the process of getting ready to pay Amari Cooper or at least discover how much he's worth in games like this. And you don't do any of the 3. Inexcusable. Inexcusable.
It's a big game for Dak, too. It's national game, high profile, short week, should favor the Cowboys. They're used to playing on Thanksgiving. The defense is usually worse off.